So let's start. Cool. Dr. Pallavi, would you like to start?
Yeah, ready. Sure.
Please.
So, I am a medical professional person, but during this lockdown, I got some time. I was sitting at home, was not going to my practice, and so I actually came across various personal development books, and that's because reading was my hobby from very beginning. So I started listening to motivational speaker also. When I read the book, then I went through the speaking things, and then I realized they are talking various things about. I was like, why I correlated with that, because I was very much comfortable in my life. I did not had any goal or any aspiration or any desire at that time. When I listen to them and when they say you should actually have everything in your life, you should keep on working on yourself. That clicked to me, and then I started learning more and more. I completed my train the trainer program also during this journey, and then I found that the things which I was learning and applying on myself were very much result oriented. That helped me in various things, that improved my relationships, my work, my health. So I started working on all of sphere of my life, and from there I came across this idea that why should know about that thing. Is a very basic thing, and if a female can change her life, she can at least pass on that to her progeny, her kids, and the people around her will also get inspired by those things. When you work on yourself, you actually make others inspired to work on that. And if every single female start working, understanding, uh, at least those who are educated, one by one, joining the hand, and we can make the community at on a far better place. So that was my idea, and I thought start sharing with my nearby people. And somehow I came across through Anshuman's advertisement also during the Facebook thing. And I had a deep, because I was reading the books from the early beginning, I had a deep desire of writing a book also. So this is how I came on the process of writing a book. And this book is all about the processes, the steps, which one by one you can follow, because every step is, step one is the primary thing which you should understand. Then only you can go on step two. If you understand step one and step two clearly, then you can go forward with your desires and your dreams and your goals. And this is how this book is all about, step by step process to live your life fully. Whatever desire you have, you should acquire those desires, you should work towards them. This is the book all about. And this was the reason when I implemented those steps on myself, I found them very helpful. So I wanted them to reach to every one of people around me. So that was my passion. I think that is not related to my profession, but somehow whatever we are, everything is related to our mind, are those processes, because that steps can be implemented on all area of your life. So this is how I have written that book, and I think everybody should, at least go through them. And if any of the step they can follow, that would be very much helpful for everybody. Anshuman was actually very much helpful during this journey. I have known him somewhere around, I think, September. I was following Anshuman's advertisement on Facebook. Um, though I had this desire to write a book, but I always thought, can I write, or how it is possible to write a book in just 5 days? The very first day when I spoke to him, he said it will be done, and I was like, how it would be done? It is just in my thoughts. I have not scripted anything right now. He said it would be done when you will go through this process. And yeah, because of his confidence, I think I have been able to put all those my thoughts on a paper, and we did the things. So I think the hand holding by Anshuman was very important in this process, and I'm really, really thankful to Anshuman. Obviously, this I wanted to do this all first for my kids, my daughters, to make them proud actually, and they are very much excited about my books, though they are very little. But still, I feel if I can inspire a single person, my job is done. So this is how I want to dedicate this book to my kids and my family members. And thank you, Anshuman, for bringing my this desire on reality. Thank you.
Most welcome, Dr. Pallavi. And the thing is, though you guys say that I helped you and all, okay, I kind of partially disagree with you because, okay, I always say this thing, I can only show the path, right? But you are the people who actually walked the walk and you have published a book. So credit goes to you guys. And the topic that you have written, Rediscover Yourself, that's the book title, right? It, so before we achieve anything, like you said, you were trying to write a book since a long. You're following me since last September, but you took action this month in March, right? Why? Because you had this self doubt and things like that, and all of us have some self doubt or something. So before we achieve something, the first thing that is required is to discover ourselves. And thanks a lot for writing on this topic. And I'm sure people will love this book. So, guys, we'll share the links to all this book in the description, in the chat. Also, in the WhatsApp group, I'll share the WhatsApp group link with you, and you can get your book from them there. Some of the books are going to be free after the session, so you can grab them for free, and some will be free tomorrow onwards. So, yes, you have that opportunity to read all this awesome book for free. So, thank you, Pallavi. Next, again, we have someone with the same name, Pallavi Anand. When I read the title, I was like, okay, this is something different. And this is not a usual book that people publish in this workshop. So, Pallavi, would you like to share something about it?
Yeah, firstly, I'd like to thank Anshuman for offering me this platform, this wonderful platform of learning and growing together. So now talking about my book, I would like to say first, I'd like to tell a little bit about myself. So, who am I? I'm Pallavi Anand. Basically, uh, I'm from UP, but I've been hopping between Pune and Mumbai. I carry a corporate experience of more than 9 to 10 years now, and I've been into process transitioning from Manchester, UK, and I've been a language coach. I've mostly handled the quality and training departments. And writing was always my aspirations. Writing was always my aspiration since childhood. So, in some form or the other, I have been participating in the writing activities. I remember when I was a child, I used to finish my English papers way too soon, and and a realization started coming since the beginning. Since the time I was a teenager, that there was something. There was that quality and instinct that I had in terms of connecting with the emotions of the people. But I never knew as a child that I would be able to take it to the next level. So, as and how my corporate journey started, I started participating in the short stories competitions, and then eventually I became the editor of a US newsletter. And from there, as it is on a daily basis, I used to write my diary. I used to share my personal experiences, not with anybody, but for my own self, because it's also kind of a therapy when you write and when you realize that, it just gives you an opportunity. Writing just gives you an opportunity to monitor yourself, to monitor the thoughts, to vent out anything which is not really fruitful to you. So if you sit and analyze over what you have written, I'm sure you get a lot of points wherein you can really work at yourself. So writing has always been my passion, and yes, I've been writing short stories and since a long time, but because of the busy schedule, I really did not get time to think about publishing a book, which I thought about much recently when my husband saw Anshuman's ad, and he really pushed me into it. And he said, now it's the time that you should kind of really get the world to know that, share your experiences and let the world know that you can contribute to a noble cause. So now talking about why have I written this book is especially because I am a person who connects with the emotions very deeply. I'm very sensitive towards the elders. I have been born and brought up in a joint family, and that has given me an opportunity to spend a lot of time with my elders, especially with my maternal and paternal grandmothers. The background that I come from has mostly the kind of ladies who have been independent, who have managed their forte despite all odds. They have come across life very beautifully and gracefully. And I have seen my grandmothers, both maternal and paternal, live up to it. But what I have also noticed is the fact that society has been very, very harsh, and they have not given the share of due to the elders. While uh, so I really feel that all elders need from us is an acknowledgement, is the fact that you know that they are important to us. Just a kind word, just a kind kind thought that we may carry to for them, because ultimately actions are all driven by thoughts. So if you carry good thoughts, I'm sure you're going to get it into action. So I remember my granny recently passed away. My paternal grandmother passed away a few years back, but I always have looked up to her as an inspiration, because my grandfather was really mentally challenged. So she has raised a family of around 14, 15 people. Uh, by fighting all odds and by standing, making a mark for herself. So there were a lot of learnings that I took. And talking about my maternal grandmother, I have seen her independent all the time, and not just independent for herself. She has stood by just everybody, just by everybody. She's helped the neighbors, both financially as well as in terms of the compassion that I mean, nobody can really imagine that anybody who's unknown to someone can offer so much of compassion. And I've seen that with my maternal grandmother. So, as I'm speaking, I'm also getting emotional because this is nostalgic. I've lost both my grandmothers now. But the way I see them is I would love to carry their legacy in terms of carrying forward the best practices that I can. So, yeah, and hence this book. So, I dedicate this book to my late father and to both of my late grandmothers. And the book has got anecdotes, it has got moments that I've captured from their lives in terms of how silently they have added a lot of value to the people's life around them. So, yeah. Now, talking about what is there in this book, like I mentioned, so the book is not about my family story, it's about every grandmother in every home. The book's lessons will give you some takeaways, which will make you think. And so often than not, we tend to kind of take just everybody for granted in life. Just everybody. Just the fact that today, if my grandmother has cooked something for me, I would just maybe feel, I may just feel that it's her job. No, it's not her job. She's giving that time to cook for you because she cares and she loves you. And what would be the and what's the opportunity cost that she's investing in by probably cooking for me that moment. She's losing out on her own time, the time that she can utilize to develop herself. Likewise for my mother, I have seen her serve everybody so selflessly in life. So likewise, I would also like to talk about my Bua. She's been living independently since a long time without complaining, and they are just acting as role models there. So I will not elongate this way too much, but yes, talking about this book, I would like to say that this book carries emotions. This book carries a link, and this book is something that everybody will be able to relate to, and is a must read for anybody who wants to really think. Who would really like to not be part of the rat race and to just stop and think for a moment whether or not, before adding value to the world, whether they are actually adding value to their own people around them. So, who all and why should they read the book? Why should they read the book is something I've already spoken about. Who all? It caters to all age groups. It caters to all the females, all the males, just everybody who's being insensitive towards their own people first, followed by others. So it caters to all age groups basically, and especially for grandmothers and grandmothers to be, because I'm sure क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी is a line that holds true to all of us. Time flies, time passes, and we should not think that we are that we are not going to die one day. Of course, we all will be dying one day. So let's just watch our actions and we don't need to do anything big. I just feel that a wise man is someone who realizes the importance of uh, smaller things in life, and that's what makes you wise. You don't need to offer anybody gold or silver to make the person feel special. Just a kind acknowledgement of a thank you, or the fact that something is cooked nicely, I think that just makes someone's day. Now, my writing journey I've already discussed. So I would request all of you to please read this book. And even and I'm sure at least one chapter in the book is gonna touch you. And if it does, please share your reviews with me. I'm just waiting to hear because I'm here to connect emotions. My idea of becoming a writer is not to sell my book, it's to make the people think and to act wisely and live life positively and happily. Because despite being technology around us, despite being so many, despite us being surrounded by luxuries, we still lack that zest of life in us, which, and this is where our grandmothers have set an example. You know, they have lived life gracefully with limited means, limited resources, and they have just done wonders in life, especially by, joining the families together. So thank you. That's all I would like to say.
Thank you, Pallavi, and I can feel you. I can really feel you.
Thank you so
And
much.
and the thing is, now in today's world, when most of us are living in nuclear family, most of the kids they are missing their grandma. See, in my case, also I can see I never seen my nani nanu. I was with my grandpa, I mean my dada dadi for some time, but then again it was a nuclear family, and my kid, my daughter, now since I am in Orissa with my parents, now she's enjoying it. But most of the people, most of kids today, they don't have this privilege. So we need someone to uh, take this charge and write something like this that you've written. And I'll confess one thing. While I was helping you, I just had a sneak peek about your book. I saw what all things are there. I haven't read it completely, but yeah, uh, I'm guilty of doing that. But yes, I did it. But the thing is, now this is the way it is written. Uh, I would love to buy this book and I would love to read this for my daughter, which is 3 years old.
Thank you, Anshuman. Thank you, Anshuman. Thank you so much. And a special thanks to you because had you not been around, had my husband not come across your advertisement, I wouldn't have achieved my dream, which I've been longing to achieve since so long. So thank you so very much for that. And guys, I would just like to say one thing to all the people who are here and even to the audiences around the world that before you move on to take on the world, please respect your own people, your own parents, your own grandparents, and offer them their due share of time. As the saying goes, charity begins at home, and this is not charity. This is your duty. This is your job to acknowledge and to love your own people. So please do that before you move on and start boasting about the bigger achievements in life. Nobody needs to see your technical certificate. Let's sort ourselves emotionally first. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, completely agree. It's not about being human brand, it's about actually being human. So thank you, Pallavi. Next in this list, we have Sid, and his story is again very inspiring. So, Sid, would you like to share?
Uh, Hi guys, um, good afternoon, and I'm really honored to be a part of this wonderful family. And like I've told you several times, I'm really, grateful, and I'll forever be grateful to Anshuman and the entire team and all my wonderful friends out here who have been so supportive. And just like Dr. Pallavi and Pallavi Anand reiterated, that if not for Anshuman, it wouldn't have been possible. I mean, I've been a writer for more than 10, 12 years, and I've been dying to publish something, but getting something out in a matter of 2, 3 days is like next to impossible. Um, so I'll tell you something about myself. I've had a digital marketing agency of my own, and we used to cater to audio video production, and where we did feature films, uh, short films, sound engineering, cinematography, scripts, and everything. Um, Apart from that, I've been a part of 2, 3 media companies like Z5, uh, and one particular thing that I picked up over the past 8 to 10 years is that in order to be a part of this industry, content writing industry, you really do not need to have a background in journalism or literature. I mean, so this book will help you cross that learning curve. And if there is anyone who's aspiring to be a part of the writing community, they can learn from my mistakes. I mean, this book uh, is full of things that I goofed up, and this book is meant to be a ready reckoner of sorts, and it's satirical. It's a sarcastic take on a lot of clients and a lot of what do we say, yeah, end clients today, uh, because the moment you think about content, it's all about literature and journalism and mass media and words and this and that and books. But one of the most underrated and one of the most ignored aspects of content writing is the untapped and unlimited world of what do you say, freelance writing. I mean, uh, India is one of the hottest markets for content writing. There are innumerable writers who write for who are labeled as ghost writers. They write for big forums. They get paid like peanuts, but they churn out wonderful content. And a lot of people are not able to come up because of the dearth of guidance and the dearth of resources. Um, and there is this if you're wondering why the name white crow syndrome is, because there is this special category of people. I'm sure all of us might have seen or come across, and we might still have such people in our life who will say that a crow is a I mean, they'll say that the earth is flat, the earth is not round. And if they say that the earth is flat, the earth is flat. If they say that, okay, tomorrow the world is going to end tomorrow, the world will end tomorrow. So it's very difficult to, tackle such clients. It's very difficult to, deal with such people. And so I've categorized them as white crows. And I've listed down various methodologies that we can undertake, which includes the optimum usage of anti-plagiarism tools and uh, what do we say, proofreading tools like Copyscape and Grammarly. And this book is meant to help all the aspiring writers who 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 are probably wondering about entering the industry, or but they do not have an idea about this, and probably those who are skeptical. It's also helpful for a lot of uh, housewives, or people who want to take up writing as a part-time thing, and they might wonder that we don't have the technical skills to do that. But I've listed out everything that you require to be a writer. uh, and I've split it into two editions. Only the first edition is out now. I'll be covering everything in the second edition, and that is pretty much about it. More when you get into this. Um, so, and finally, I would like to sum up by narrating about my writing journey. I started off as a freelance writer right after my master's in business management. It was an accident of sorts, and somehow it picked up. I had no background in writing, but then people really responded well. But I've been really taken for a ride, just like a lot of freelance writers in India. And I really believe that they need to be, treated properly. At least the freelance, writing community in India, especially the college-going youngsters who really toil so much for a lot of brands out there. I mean, it's a different world out together. Um, yeah, so that is pretty much about it. And if you guys want to ask anything about it, please feel free to do so.
Thank you, Sid. And one thing I should appreciate is you're not just writing a story or just promoting something. You are actually helping people in your journey, people who are struggling in this field or want to start in this field. Because when you see the okay now the internet is full of resources, full of information, and now most of the information that we see on internet are not right. Okay, there are only handful of information which can actually work. And coming something from a copywriter, from a person like you on the topic is really helpful for people who are trying to pursue a career in this thing. So I always say, as human being, we have one responsibility because we know how to talk, we know how to write, and we have technology with us. It's our responsibility to spread our learning, and you are doing exactly the same thing. So salute to you.
Thank you so much. May I just add one thing to that?
Yeah, please.
Like I'll give an example so that all of you get an idea about what I was talking about. In one of the chapters, I've talked about one of the most popular proofreading tools, that is Grammarly Premium. Uh, Everyone in the world uses that, but there are very few people who realize that uh, those algorithms are only meant for English as a language. And the moment we, as non English native, or what do you say, or third world country, or maybe some other secondary language people, the moment we start using other languages, say if I used the word Anshuman or Ram or Siddharth or Seema, the algorithms will go for a toss. They do not understand. I mean, these words are simply beyond the databases or the lexicons of these algorithms, and they will not function properly. And how to trust your what do we say, cognitive skills, and what methodology to follow uh, during such crisis or during such emergencies. And a lot of people get carried away by such tools, and the dependency is too much. So I mean, this is just one of the example. And more when you delve into the book, I hope it it helps you all.
Yeah. So I would say it's not only for the copywriter; it's for everyone who writes. And as you correctly said, Grammarly is a tool that we rely a lot on. And it's not just about these words, Hindi words, something. Sometimes even the English statement is suggests something which is not required, and we should know when to use it and when to accept the changes and when to reject
Exactly.
the changes. So thank you for writing on those things.
Exactly.
Then we have one more doctor, Dr. Roshni, and her topic is something very human, very human. So, Dr. Roshni, thank you for joining, and would you like to take it ahead?
Okay, so I'll take it from here. Hello, everyone. This is Roshni. So I am a paramedic person and coach for health and happiness. So I am a I am a person who is too much sensitive again and thoughtful, like thinking about the how people have become emotional or less emotional by the time passing. So starting from the time when I got my baby in the world, and I have been freaked out, like every mother's goes in this phase, that how is a child is going to be and how the world is going to be with him or her. And that time I thought of very much insecurities and the unevenness in the world out there. So I in this book I would specially want to elaborate about the book. So in the morning itself, when I was talking to my parents today, I came across the case happened in Bangalore with the Zomato guy. Many of us have known that the guy was a delivery guy, and he went to deliver something and he was late by some time. The receiver was, I don't know how she was, and she literally began to do ridiculous things and blamed on the guy, and everything happened. After 2 3 days, Zomato itself came to help of the person of their company, that CCTV footage has shown that the lady herself was not well behaving with the guy, and she ran to kick off that guy, and something like that happened. I was shocked again, because when I started writing, this type of instances have come across every day from morning to evening. Even if you see the less compassion in anything towards our security guys, or any our wagers and everything. So I don't understand that if my child is going to be in that world, and if somebody out there is showing him that being that kind of compassionate person, being a sympathetic person is not right. Like, you need to cheat every time, you need to lie every time, you need to disrespect someone in order to prove your power. This kind of stuff has made my mind too much into worries. So I just want to address the whole world, or anybody out there, including a single person, any organization, even schools and colleges and everywhere. When your teacher tells you to cheat, so how will that small baby will understand that cheating is not something unacceptable? Throwing your the trash anywhere is not something we need to appreciate. We need to see that, okay, we are making this mistakes, it is not acceptable in the world. So I have read somewhere that in the Japan, they make their children learn some things before they enter to the school. Means the primary education is all about manners and taking responsibilities, and being that compassionate, being that sympathetic to anyone who's in such situations. You cannot just be ridiculously tough in the show off that, okay, we are fine, we are okay, we are moving on, we are taking it's normal thing. So it is okay if you are feeling crying when you see some guy, some little babies crying out there. I have seen many of ladies who are very much sensitive, and that is so good. When you see that, okay, you are going to purchase some fruits, and you see that small baby sitting with the lady who's selling that thing, you can at least be that kind to give that small baby something, instead of bargaining with that lady. I don't know what they'll get, a 10 rupees more or something, right? So the thing is, okay, being compassionate and being responsible, being sympathetic is right now very much needed, because we have come across the weapons, the pandemics and everything. So once we start being that good enough, so I think the environment will pay us all back, because we know that how we came across this pandemics, right? Eating anything and get the things in us. So you everybody knows that how AIDS come to the man, right? So is that something good we are doing to the earth, to ourselves, that we are getting some diseases? It's not good. Okay, so for us it is very much important right now to be responsible, to be compassionate, and to be the one who holds the emotions, and differentiate that we cannot do this, it is not right to do this. Okay, and teaching that to the coming generation is only the way we can protect our future things. And for that we need to be the person who understands that we cannot do this to anybody, to anybody, even to the stray dog, or even to the person standing next to you, or any coming person in your front, right? And talking about writing journey, I have been writing since very long. So I have seen that girls used to write a lot, so both of my companions, Dr. Pallavi and Pallavi, we all of us have some similarity in that. So yes, even my mom used to write. She has published her books, and it is kind of being honored that I could write. I could put my words to help, and to at least address something which is right now in very much of need. I would like to thank a lot to Anshuman and to a lot this family, that waking up for the whole night, and we have had so much beautiful journey. Like, we now, I don't remember that these people are just 10 or 15 days back I know them. It feels like we know each other from very much beginning, and we can share whatever the problems we have. We make fun, and we come out with the results. We complete the task, we do the things together, we exchange the ideas with each other. So it is very, helping each other and being with each other makes us strong. I felt strong, like, being with you guys. I would say that thanks a lot for I never thought that publishing book in a 5 days could be a task, and then I did that. So Anshuman, thank you so much, and everybody in this room, I am very much thankful. And being valuable with the values are important. Please make sure that we at least give a good example to our coming generation, so that they'll also understand that, okay, at least in the house, if we are teaching that, at least in the beginning, to our children, we are teaching them that, okay, this is not right, this is what we need to do in order to protect ourselves only, at least, and ourselves and the the environment, so we will be paid off well. Otherwise, we have many other pandemics waiting for us, and many other distractions we have right now in our front. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roshni. Thank you, Roshni. Since I already said this after talking to Dr. Pallavi. So basically, now people want to be a lot of things. Some people want to be an engineer, doctor. Some wants to be an entrepreneur. Some wants to be a model, film star. I mean, a lawyer, anything. But no, none of them want to be a human being, and which is the base, right? First, you need to be a human being, and then you can be anything. Then you can become anything.
Right.
Right? That is the base, and we are neglecting that thing. And like you said, the Zomato case, for example, this is a live example in front of us. So first, we need to be human, and then we can be anything we want. And thanks a lot for writing on this topic. And by the way, you said you know all of us since last 10, 15 days. You're lying. You joined last Monday, so it's not been a week.
Okay, okay, right.
So
And one thing is, yes, Anshuman, the thing is, our kids are watching us, and that is more of responsibility. I always feel that if I do a certain thing and my baby is always watching me, then I cannot do it. At least I cannot prove, his ideology is wrong. That, okay, if this is not right, then why it is happening? He will not get it. The words will not be meaning anything if my actions are something which are not relevant. Okay.
right. So we need to set example in front of our kids. So we have to do the right thing. Then only if we litter on the roads, even they'll learn the same thing from us. There is no point telling them that don't do it because
Never, never. Disrespecting in front of them to someone is like they will also do the same.
yeah. So thanks a lot for this topic. And last but not the least, in this summit, we have a young entrepreneur who has written wonderfully on digital marketing and not digital marketing but digital entrepreneurship. So let's welcome Seema.
Thank you, Anshuman. Thank you so much, for giving me this family and this platform. Uh, and thank you, Roshni. I just wanted to add a little. Like, I am a mother to a 3.5-year-old, and I always have, like, I could totally relate to you. I always have this on my mind, ki how my kid will be. I want him to be a very good human being, and I want to start, those little habits, like right from the beginning. It could be like waking up early, doing yoga, meditation, or maybe drinking warm water, like having compassion, compassionate towards others, or like, things like that. So I totally agree with you. So, and even Anshuman rightly said, anyone can be anything, but you have to be a human first. And everyone here, I'm Seema Ravindra. I'm a digital entrepreneur, and I wrote this book for two reasons. I want to help women, who kind of lay back because of different reasons and different, career breaks. For some it is parent, for some it is marriage, and some, the motherhood. and they face a lot of struggle and difficulty to bounce back or to get back, to career. For women, it's like once they get married, their priority changes, their responsibilities changes, their routine changes. There is like a total shift upside down. Their life will be like upside down. The carefree bubbly girl will change into a very responsible woman. So that's like a drastic change in a woman's life, and I have gone through that journey. Like I'm very ambitious since from the, like, for instance, from my childhood. I'm very ambitious, and I had this thought, right from the young age, that I will be a woman who can handle her house plus her business. I wanted to balance it. I wanted to have my own identity, no matter what. Like I wanted it to be like that, like right from the beginning. I don't know how this, I had thought I had at this early age, but I've always been thinking that whenever, like, whatever happens, I should have my identity. Plus, I should not be ignoring my responsibilities. It could be like taking care of my family or, my baby. I should be able to manage both, balance both. I had my own struggles after getting married. Like, no one would believe, because I have this always smile on my face. No one would believe that, I was in depression for 2 years. No one will believe that if I say that I was in depression, because I'm very ambitious. I had like 8 years of career, a good career, worked with Wipro, Dell, Deloitte, very good brands. I've been to US and all that. And suddenly after marriage, I got into depression. I was like at a 0% confidence. I was totally lost because I had this, ambition of balancing everything in my life. And that was not happening initially. That's why I got into depression. But slowly, I bounced back and I realized life is all about taking actions. Life is all about taking charge, making your own decisions, not blaming others. Saying that, my husband doesn't support, or maybe like my mother-in-law is doing this, I have a baby, what to do? Women can do a lot. They are like born multitaskers. They have the power to do anything. Like you have seen Goddess Durga with so many hands. So yeah, woman is that powerful. If she really wants to do something, she can do anything and she can achieve anything. Nothing is possible. So I wanted to help, my soul sisters, everyone, not only soul sisters, but everyone who somewhere in their life who are stuck, they lost confidence, they lost hope due to some or the other reason, or incidents happening in life. Because see, life is one thing that you have to remember, is change is constant in life. It's never going to be the same. So always remember, you have to be ready for the change, and take actions, make decisions, rather than getting into the comfort zone and getting into that why me mode. Why God, why this is happening with me? My other friend is like, she's nicely settled in US and America. What am I doing in in India? Why not why me mode? She's there because maybe she has taken some decision. So life is all about your choices and your decisions. That's it. No blame game. So you can't blame anything. You can't blame anyone for whatever happens your life. It's your own responsibility, your own choices, and your own decisions that make your life. So coming to the book, this is what made me write the book, because I wanted to help all those women in the world who struggle with the same. They are passionate, they want to do something, but somewhere they need that little push and that idea how they can manage both without killing their dreams, without losing their identity, without losing their financial independence, how they can manage both, how they can take care of their family, and how they can manage a business or a entrepreneurship or freelancing, or whatever, to get that identity. So this book is it talks about two sessions. One is how to go about leveraging your social media platforms. It could be Facebook, YouTube, how you can leverage and turn your passion into profit. Love what you do and earn money from it, and plus add value to people's life. And the first section of the book, it talks about you as a human being, how you can. So to achieve anything in life, first you have to be aware of yourself. Who are you? Whatever you want to do, why you want to do that, you have to understand that point first. So get your core confidence right, understand who you are, why you want to do this, and everything will fall into place. So this book is divided into two parts. First, work on yourself, and then work on your business. So yeah, I hope this will, if it is making a change, in like in any woman's life who is like struggling, who is into why me mode, who is into blame mode, who is like stuck, who is like kind of a make a peace with the devil. Okay, fine, this is what my life is, I can't do anything about it. So I want to encourage all those women, bounce back, reclaim your identity, achieve your financial independence. It's all you. It all starts with you. You are the only person who can change your life in the world. No one else can do anything for you. It's you. It starts with you. It's only you. So with this book, I want to make a change in women life, to start look at the brighter side. Whatever the challenges that she faces, turn the challenges into opportunities. For example, like I had a challenge that I can't do a 9 to 6 job, and I was getting rejected because of my career gap. I had like 2 to 3 years of career back, so I was getting rejected for that. So taking care of my baby was my first priority. I wanted him to give good upbringing, and that is very important. Like initially moms has to be take care, like that's what my personal perception, that initially moms has to be with the babies, to understand how they grow up, what they are doing, what not they are doing, to inculcate those morals. So that was my challenge. So I turned that into opportunity by leveraging social media platforms. So now I raise my baby peacefully, as well as I can run my business. So that's what the whole concept or the idea of the book. So if those books helps you to reclaim your identity and your financial independence, to reclaim your self-love, your self-esteem, your confidence, even if it's making a difference in one single person's life, like my thing is done. Like I'm more than happy if I can change even one life, if in the world. So I'll be like I'm happy. I'm happy about it. And coming to my writing journey, so since like 2 to 3 years, I wanted to write a book. Since like my struggle started, since that time I wanted to, put it down on a paper, but that never happened. So one of my friends suggested that she wrote a book, and I got a message from her. I was like very excited. How did you do that? She told me about Anshuman, and I didn't had like a second thought or anything. I didn't have confidence in me, to be frank with you, that I'll write a book. But I had a lot of confidence in Anshuman that yeah, he will make it. He will make me write a book, and I'll be publishing my book. Even on the third day, so it's like a 5-day challenge. The second day I had like thoughts to write the book, but I didn't start. Third day I started, one day and one night, and we are done. The next morning book was published. So kudos, Anshuman. Love this platform, love this family, and I totally adore you. The kind of work that you're doing, it's amazing. Trust me, it's fabulous. Thank you so much,
Just to
everyone.
add to,
Thank you.
sorry, just to add to this, I would like to say, in corporate, we are told that leaders create leaders. So idea is to empower yourself and to empower others around you, so that you develop that chain. And yes, before we move on to any technical front, I think it's very important to sort yourselves out emotionally. So connect emotionally, guys. You are bound to rise technically. I will just not take much time, but just 30 seconds to describe one small experience that I had yesterday. I was listening to Usha Uttham, and she was like in a concert with her daughter and her granddaughter. And one thing that she said is, despite she's the one to whose tunes the presidents of the countries dance, but when she comes back home, she still asks her husband whether or not he would like to have, whether or not he would like to, whether or not she should move out of the house or not. So the point here is that she's still trying to maintain that culture despite reaching heights. So I think your culture and your value system is something that will take you forward in life. So do not miss out on that. Get these things sorted out first. Get the behavior sorted out first. You're bound to reach milestones. Thank you. And
Oh,
thank you, Anshuman, for this beautiful platform.
you're
Means a lot.
most welcome. And it feels, great to see people, young people like you, talking on these issues and all, talking about these things. I mean, I'm feeling privileged. And Sima, honestly, when I see people like you starting up the entrepreneurial journey, it likes, I mean, you're the right path. I mean, you should do it. And if somebody is not doing it, if somebody is relying on just the 9 to 5 job, uh, if you see the current situation since last 1 year, 1.5 year, things are changing drastically, and you cannot rely on 9 to 5 job only. So I'm not saying that everyone should quit their job and start entrepreneurship. At least start something aside as well, and there we know how to scale it up and all. But we have to start something. And you told us people speak, right? Okay, guys, we'll start with the Q&A. But before that, I want to share a small story. So there are two friends, Ram and Shyam. Okay, Ram used to go to temple every Monday. Okay, and Shyam is the one who used to go every day. एक दिन राम की लॉटरी लग जाती है ऑफ 1 crore एंड श्याम वॉज वेरी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड ही वेंट टू द टेम्पल एंड चिलम चिली कर रहा है एंड लाइक हाउ कैन राम गॉट द लॉटरी रोज मैं आता हूँ तुम्हारे पास भगवान एंड भगवान दर्शन दिया एंड लाइक बेटा एक काम कर एटलीस्ट राम ने ना लॉटरी टिकट खरीदा तूने आज तक खरीदा है कभी लॉटरी टिकट so this is exactly what it is so it doesn't matter how much you wish to have things you have to take action right so, yes you said it very correctly you have to get out of comfort zone and start taking action then only you can achieve things just wishing doesn't work always so
Yeah,
hard
so
work
I
hard.
want yeah,
Yeah,
so I want to add everybody has knowledge. So important thing is what they do with that knowledge. And we should, you know, we should share that knowledge with everyone. This is the most
Absolutely.
right. So, guys, we are starting the open Q&A now. So, you can ask anything to your favorite author, these new authors. You can ask anything about the book, about the journey, anything. So, over to you guys. And meanwhile, let me share the link to a WhatsApp group. You can join this group, and we are going to share all this amazing book in this group. The link and how you can download for free, how you can read it for free. We'll share everything over there. After end of the session, we'll do that. So yes, over to you guys. Okay.
Is everybody visible on the camera? Not too sure. I think my mom is there, but I can't see her. My sisters are there. So how is this working out?
Okay, guys. One more request. I got this in chat. So you don't need to ask me. I mean, this is not my platform. Okay, these are the authors who have published the book. You can directly ask them. So the question is, I will not take the name since she asked me private chat, but I'll read out the question for all the authors. The question: how did they manage to write this book in 5 days? So yes, I think you guys are best one to answer the question, not me. And guys, one request: please ask the authors directly. Anyone can answer this for her.
Anshuman, can you please repeat the question?
The question was like, how did they manage to write a complete book in 5 days? How is it possible?
That Anshuman only can tell how he created that because it was all about Anshuman. He told us the step by step process. Day one, this has to be done. Day two, this has to be done. Day three, this has to be done. And it was actually, we were in a community, we were doing it together. You know, whenever we were facing some problem, we were discussing in the group. And obviously, Anshuman was there to actually guide us. And then everything happened. Yeah.
Just to add to this, I feel, once you have, sorry, Sid, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, after you,
Sid, would you like to go ahead?
after you.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, thank you. So, I would like to say, it's the speed of writing is not really important. What's important is first your thought process has to be well aligned. What you write about are normally the subjects that are close to your heart. So I'm sure, this 5 day writing doesn't come just in 5 days. These are thought processes and experiences that we build, over a period of time. A. Secondly, Once you have your data handy, like once you know what are the issues, the awareness is very important. That awareness around what you like the most, what are the issues that you are sensitive towards, and then you start gathering data points day in and day out, and you gather a content. Followed by, if you get a good guide like Anshuman, who will then guide you and mentor you in terms of how to channelize your thoughts towards publishing a book, is what will help you get the book there, you know, uh, out in the world. So it's not about the 5 days writing. It's about first knowing what are the issues that are close to your heart, followed by the right guidance in the form of the right platform that can channelize your thoughts into an event, like how Anshuman has done. Thank you.
Thank you, Pallavi. So, yeah, did you want to say something? Or
Uh, yeah, I'm sorry for the background noise. Uh, so it, I mean, the Anshuman's magic lies in the fact that he sort of expedites the process. I mean, I have known uh, authors who, I mean, I've known writers who are yet to publish a book, who are still writing for 8 years and 9 years and 10 years, but they're yet to publish it. I mean, the magic lies in what do you do with what you have in your mind. And most of the people who join this challenge are people who have this eccentricity towards writing. Isko pagalpan bolte hain na. And so we have an idea about what we are planning to write or planning to publish, and Anjuman ensures that you know you reach the point where you're actually able to publish it. And how he you know makes an optimum usage of the existing time, and how he kinds of segregates that into day 2 and day 3, and in these 3-4 magical days. That is what is this course all about. And I think that is what you should experience once. And honestly, most of us were not confident before joining the course, but then it's only after joining that you come to know that uh, how beautiful this journey is. So yes, it is possible to publish uh, a book in 5 days, and that is what he has converted the impossible thing into a possible thing. So yeah.
thank you, Sid. And to just summarize, just for you, the lovely lady, I won't take your name, but yeah, the thing is, the actually they did it in 4 days first, okay. And see, there are three things that was required. First, the clarity, what you want to write. Second, the strategy, how you want to do it. And third, the hard work, right? So this journey was not easy. You can ask them, and no one will say that it was a cakewalk or something. It was tough, it was difficult. And on the day one only, I have told this to all of them, like, for next 5 days I'm gonna make your life hell, if you guys remember, right? So it was tough, but yes, it was possible, and they have done it. So thank you for asking this question. Now,
I wanted to add, Anshuman, sorry, sorry for the background. Like my kid is, doing such things. So I just wanted to add, like as Anshuman said rightly, first the clarity and the purpose. It has to be strong. Clarity and purpose. What you want to write and why you want to write and how you want to add value with your message. So if you have that, I think it becomes more easy for you to, and the zeal, that strong desire and that confidence in your coach or the mentor, that he's behind you, and he'll give you that just push, and you'll land up in your wonderland. The author wonderland. So you need to believe in that and have that strong zeal that yes, no matter what, I'm gonna do it. That strong zeal, purpose, clarity, and yeah, you land in your author wonderland with Anshuman. Thank you.
तो वही जिद होनी चाहिए, बाकी सब पॉसिबल है. Now there is one more question by Dr. Vikas. I think this is for Sid. Let me read for you. Is there any way to use Grammarly Pro on daily basis? We need it only occasionally. It is expensive otherwise to purchase annually. So I think the question is for Sid.
Yeah, I'll head straight to the solution. If you want another beautiful alternative, it is called LT Language Checker. I'll drop the URL after answering the question, wherein you need to spend only around 250, 300 or 350 ish per month and you can discontinue at any point of time. So Grammarly used to previously charge around 9,000, 10,000 rupees per year. I don't know the current prices now for Grammarly Premium. However, in case of both, LT Checker and Grammarly, or whichever software, whichever proofreading software that you're using, there are 2 to 3 things that we, especially as Indian writers, who are kind of reluctant, or I won't say all of us are insecure, but I was insecure when I started out as a writer. Uh, we need to understand that they will not work properly if we use Indian words. That is point number one. The second thing is that for brands like Zomato, for brands like Swiggy, who use a lot of Hindi shairis, who use a lot of humor, who use a lot of colloquial terms, ki are chalta hai and all. So such statements will not work on these proofreading software. It simply can't process a shairi. नहीं समझ में आएगा उस सॉफ्टवेयर को. So we need to be aware of that. Thirdly is it is always what do you say, better to have a human proofreader. I mean, if you have a friend who can help you with this, I mean, nothing like it. Also, it depends upon your end client. Your end client could be in the United States. You might be writing for someone who is based in California, and for them a cycle is a bike, which is bike. And if you're writing for someone who's in England, he might not accept bike, he might say that it is a cycle. So uh, I mean, uh, so it totally depends on whom you are writing for, and what is your purpose. And at the end of the day, you need to realize that all these softwares are not perfect in nature. But however, having said all this, it is a very very good practice to use Grammarly all the time, because even I mean, personally check all my messages. Even when I send out a WhatsApp message to a friend, I quickly copy paste, because you never know, you might have a punctuation error or something. For such things, you can definitely use Grammarly. Otherwise, you have alternate methods, alternate tools, and I'll quickly what do we say, paste the URL. I hope this answers your question.
That was really useful, sir. I hope, Dr. Vikas, you got your answer. And guys, if you want to ask anything, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask. I mean,
Thank you.
and by the way, if you're unable to ask anything for some reason right now, and you can ask this thing to them later, you can join the group and you can ask very anytime you feel that you want to ask something. Forgot to ask something during the live section, you can ask them. Do we have any more questions? Sorry? Sorry, I didn't get you. Okay, I think that was a mistake.
I've just pasted it in the chat for everyone.
Perfect. Do you have any more questions, guys? Okay, you can ask anytime you want. And guys, if anyone, by any chance you want to write your book, we are starting a new batch tomorrow, and here is the link. Yeah, you can click on the link and you can join me live tomorrow 9 o'clock. So, guys, now this is my question to all these wonderful authors. Since anyone is not asking, let me utilize this time and let me ask my queries. And I'm actually eagerly waiting to know the answer. How's the feeling? What all things changed in your life? Okay, I know it's just a couple of days. You published a book on Thursday. In fact, Friday morning, basically. We started Thursday night and we published Friday morning, and it's Sunday. So दो दिन ही हुआ है but how's everything around you?
I will answer this, Anshuman. As yes, I wanted to write something, in particularly about a book. and I never thought it is possible in a week or in a 5 days, or we practically say 2 or 3 days. It actually, boost up. It was a booster that, I could, sense myself that, okay, was that something, happened? Okay, wow, wow, yeah. And lastly, when you said that, put your camera on when we published, it was a moment, we could not say a lot at that time, but you also knew and we know that what happened that moment, right? And uh, second thing is, I could believe someone. Frankly telling, I never believe someone with my work. Never ever. Only those, even to my clients, when they come with some questions, I thoroughly investigate with the questions to them. And it was you, I never asked a question about anything. Just, we started and we did it. So I could believe someone that, okay, someone can and come from anywhere and, make something possible, and that too very huge with you. And that made me happy. Okay, believing someone is, very close to everybody, that, okay, you can, let that person inside, and with you I let, the family in. So I was much exposed. I was, very much protected and very much in a circle with, those who have loved me and those who have, uh, I only, rush to some 2 or 3 people whenever something comes to me. But now it is like, okay, in the morning itself, out of nowhere I sent a message to Sid, okay, help me with this. It was not a single message previously. And even to, Richa, I'm missing her today, that, Richa, this is happening, what do I do? So this was very, okay, I believed Seema from previous things, and Dr. Pallavi too. But it was very much, helpful for myself to be with, this many people who are just ready to help you. Just ready to help you means, in the return, I don't know anybody has asked me anything except Sid, who has literally, came with that story in the mind. But it was very, very, very good, being with this many people, just helping, just enhancing yourself. And it was good, to believe that, okay, people are there who are helping, who are selflessly helping, and you feel good about it. You feel good about yourself, you feel confident. Since last month and 2 months, I was in that phase, so that I could connect you, and it was very helpful for me. Thank you so much for that, and to everybody.
Thank you, thank you. Rashmi. So that's the beauty of this family. I can say it's a family basically. That's what I call it, right? It's not a group or community because it's not just people who are in your batch, even your alumni, people who have already published. Like for example, you have interacted with Anubhuti, Manohar, Priyanka, maybe. Like so, whenever you come across any issues, and if I'm not available, so anyone can help you out. That's the beauty of this family. And now it's your responsibility. Now you are going to be the alumni, and tomorrow we are having a new uh, batch, new session starting from tomorrow. Now it's your responsibility to help your juniors, I can say. And this is how we all grow, right? So, thank you.
Well, I would like to just add something here. I agree with what Roshni has said. In fact, most part of it, in fact, almost all part, the entire part of it. More importantly, when I had joined when my husband enrolled myself for these classes, Anshuman, I really did not know whether publishing a book could be quite a task or even that easy in a way. So it was a task as well as it was easy. In fact, you made it easy for us. More than that, I just thought this would be a 5 days normal course, a professional course, wherein somebody would give the tips and then you'll be on your own and then, and it'll all be gone. But what I liked mostly about this platform is the fact that you have left a lot of us, in fact, all of us connected. You have left us connected and you have built a family out of this platform. And I think that is the beauty of this course and of this journey. First. So the journey has not ended. I thought it'll just be over in 5 days and then everybody will be in their own respective directions. But I did not know that this is one of the end of the fifth day is going to be the beginning of a new life, a beginning of recognition, beginning of faith, a beginning of uh, 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 getting a new family altogether, wherein everybody feels so connected. Like I've been in touch with a few of them offline as well. Uh, uh, and we have been sharing thoughts and ideas and emotions. I mean, and that's so beautiful. And the beauty, in fact, more than this, what I love about this platform is the fact that we get to know how everybody is broken from inside, yet everybody is so strong, and they are trying to, put in such a strong face, and they're trying to share their journey with the world today. Because I'm sure emotion is the only thing that can set you in motion and that can combine and bind the world. So thank you so much once again. It is amazing platform. It's much recommended, and I would also be recommending my peers. My sisters are here, um, and some of the few other people are here as part of my family. So thank you very much. Anshu.
Uh,
And before saying, I would like
yeah.
to add something. So basically, I started this platform. Okay, I agree. But people like you made it beautiful. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you,
Yes,
Anshu.
yes, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm going to tell you is kind of funny because, see, I'm not saying that just because I published a book, I'm a big author or something. But I literally have friends in my list on my Facebook who haven't responded for years, for 4 years, 5 years, and all. But after declaring that I've published a book, I don't know क्या हो गया उनको. They're all congratulating, and I was shocked to see some of the names, and तब मुझे realize हुआ कि अरे बाबा book publish करने से ऐसा तो मैं तो ठीक है और 4-5 publish कर लेता हूँ. And
I've experienced the same actually. What Sid is saying, I've experienced
Even I
the same
experienced the
change.
same thing.
and
Yes.
The same change I've experienced.
Yeah, me too. I would like to add that yes, a lot of people, my previous organization colleagues, they all started congratulated, and I myself, I'm like, I'm feeling I have accomplished something. It's like it's again a science. It's neuroscience that when you challenge and when you succeed, the level of confidence and the self-esteem, everything goes up, and you're like more accepting yourself. So all that, yeah, I can see in me. It's already in me, but it's like over in me now. And author was something that I always wanted to add, as a title, and add value to people's life. So it's been amazing experience, since that we have declared that, yeah, I'm an author everywhere. It's like more very proud moment, you can say.
I was writing, and I had in fact published the book just with a thought, because I wanted to share my emotions. I wanted to connect with everybody's emotions. I wanted to, bring that little change in the society by way of my little work. But I never knew that the word author itself is so respectable and offers so much of recognition. That came to me as a surprise because, even today, if you ask me, I'm still in that groove and just thinking and trying to get over those sleepless nights which we have spent in publishing. I'm still not over that, honestly speaking. So somebody calling and congratulating is, of course, it gives another high, but you still don't believe that it's done already, because, like you said, the journey has not been easy. It's taken a toll. I mean, you know it, Anshu. You've spent
also
sleepless nights.
I'm drawing one more parallel. A few years ago, the farmers in our country, they could not sell their own vegetables without the permission of APMC markets and other organizations who had the entire monopoly. So similarly, uh, on platforms, you really had to have your way through major publishing houses, or spend possibly lakhs of rupees, just to be an author. And I'll tell you why it is unfair, because India has always been a vestige of information, and India has always been a land of trigonometry to science to history and whatnot, metallurgy, everything has come from India. And I really feel this is a liberating thing, and I really wish a lot of people joined this and started publishing um, in the similar manner, because
Very liberating, yeah.
a lot of Indians need to become authors.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, sorry, Sid, so many things from India, they're going to foreign and, they are getting better packaged and coming back to us and we are accepting it. That's like very, kind of very, this thing to us, for example, yoga, meditation, it's been practicing in our India, like since long, it's originated in India. Why it has to get recognition or to get, that weightage, why it has to go outside and come back to us? Why don't we own our roots? So yeah, I just wanted to add that point.
Just one more thing I would like to add here. Books are not just books, and I would again say this, so I maybe reiterating it. But emotions hold a lot of relevance. Emotions only sets the person in motion, in the sense that somebody's life may just change by reading your book. Somebody who's in depression may come out of it. Somebody who's been underestimating himself or herself, maybe by reading books like The White Crow, or by reading other books, they may just get a new high by reading Seema's book, or Roshni's book, or Pallavi's book, or probably mine. They may just stop and think, rethink about themselves before taking harsh decisions of committing suicide, and taking those grave steps. So a book is going to impact lives. It's a big thing today. It's a big thing. It's a big contribution to the society in that sense. It's not just put up on sales there for the ratings. It has a greater meaning for the society as a whole. And I'm sure this contribution is indispensable.
So
Thank you,
I think
Anshuman, once again for this lovely platform, because I think there can be no satisfying feeling than impacting somebody's life, even if there's just one person who may have it and felt the change.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, Dr. Pallavi, you were saying something.
yes, I was telling that, I was going through one exercise where I have written, I want to write, where you have to write your desires. And I have written desires, 50 desires, and out of one was this, writing a book. And I was not thinking about writing a book. Uh, Suddenly I came and decided, let's go with this thing. And I did that. This has boosted my confidence to, almost 80-90%. And I started receiving calls and uh, uh, from everybody. As Seema said, those who were not, Sid also said, those who were not in contact, they also started giving congratulation message and everything. One of my friend asked why you did that. Since I being in a busy profession, she said, why you are doing this all? And I said, because when I grow, I allow other people, inspire them to grow. And she also had a wish to write a book, actually. So now I said to her, when I can write, you also can write. You can also write now. So now you are the next author. Go ahead, write your dreams, and whatever you want to go, just go and achieve that. Because, being comfortable is so easy, but keep on growing, learning. It is a process, and we should continue that process. So I think this is a milestone in my life, I can say, because being an author is not an easy thing. You are authoritatively saying something, you know. So that is a big deal. And definitely when my kids came to know about that, they were exciting. They were shouting, wow, wow, wow. So that was an aha moment for me. I don't know what other people are thinking, but I can see that happiness on face of my kids. And that was my motto, actually. So I feel very good after publishing that book. Yeah. Thank you.
There's just one more
Anshuman,
thing I would
could you
like
dare
to
again?
add here.
Yeah.
Okay, Anshuman, if you allow, just one more thing I would like to add here. Agreeing to everybody's points, I would also like to say that beautiful things come out only of adversity. If you are in the comfort zone, you would never know the untapped potential that you have within you. So
Absolutely.
this is something. So these adversities should be welcomed with open arms, because all of our books are not about. They are not rosy books. They're coming out of someone's experience. So I'm sure, and honestly speaking, somebody would care to read them only when they are depressed, when they are low. If they have ample money, they would just move helter skelter, and they'll be in a different mindset altogether. But the moment they are shattered in life, the first thing people do is to refer to books. So I think they are great contributors in terms of serving the human kind. So
Um,
yeah, Thank you.
Yeah, talking about depression, many years ago, I'll wrap it up in a minute. Okay, many years ago, I mean, college ke time pe, I was going through a very bad time, personally, be or education wise, be professionally, be. Or one day I just decided to jump off from a moving train, and matlab, that is when my life changed. I suddenly heard that song called Now You've Got Something to Die For, and it instantly changed my mind. And matlab, I mean, आप लोग सोचिए ना, if this band had not created this song, uh, I mean, उनको क्या पता कौन है सिद्धार्थ है, he's from some other country, future में क्या होने वाला है. So similarly, who knows, tomorrow one of your books or one of our friends' book, or you know, could save somebody's life, could impact so many lives in the future. And I totally agree with what you guys are saying about depression. What we are doing today might be positively impacting and in fact saving so many lives in the future.
Thank you. And I was just saying this thing only. So now, for a lot of people, it might sound, like now, okay, now they're authors, and you get that tag. And obviously, when I wrote my first book, that there are multiple doors that opened. After my third book, I was like at other different level altogether. So opportunity came in. Okay, so that is there. I'm not denying that. At the same time, when you write a book, okay, and you become an author, you've got some responsibility now, right? You can just write on anything that you can. I mean, people are going to read your book; they are going to follow you. So every word you write, every word you speak, right? You have to do it very responsibly. Now you can just talk about anything. That means that can harm people or that can mislead people. So again, so as I said uh, yesterday, Friday, fresh Friday only, the journey just started. So the challenge has just started, right? Now you have to keep yourself in check. You have to take a responsibility to add values to people's life, and that is what I'm expecting from all of you. And I'm like somebody said, the topics that we have covered. So now we have 138 authors in this family. 130 people have published a book in this pandemic, and they have written on a lot of topic. Like they have written on yoga, they have written on domestic violence, they have written on all this topic, and there are some sensitive topics as well they have written on. So when you write on something like this, yes, there will be doors which will open for you, but again, you have to take the responsibility because yes, now you are an author and you are telling the world that you have authority on this topic. So whatever you say, people will believe. So that's where I would like to conclude my thing. And yes, guys, if you have any queries, you can ask your authors. Otherwise, uh, if your authors, if you want to share anything, you can share, and then we'll conclude. And yes, I have shared the link to the 5 days challenge. So if anyone wants to write the book, want to publish a book this Thursday, you can join in. And I'm again sharing the WhatsApp group ka link. So if you missed to ask anything today, or if you want to ask something later to the authors, or if you want to read their book for free, you can join this WhatsApp group, and we'll share the link and we'll tell you how you can read it for free. So yeah, I rest my case. Okay, since no one is asking anything, so I won't bother you more. I know it's Sunday afternoon, and I'm sure some of you might be waiting to turn on your Netflix or set Max. I don't know. So yeah, we'll wind up now. And thanks again, all of you, the authors and the people who joined, for joining me, joining all of us, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, Anshuman. Thank you, Satya. Thank you, everybody out here. Thank you, my sisters.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It was a pleasure being part of this forum. Looking forward to much more. Thank you, Anshuman. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
I hope.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Happy
Bye-bye,
Sunday. Happy Sunday. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.